I'm Petty Officer Michael Wilkin with your news update. NATO commanders are calling Operation Mashtarak a success. Afghan and coalition forces helped drive out the Taliban and restore government authority to the town of Marja in Helmand province. Last week, they marked the victory with a flag-raising ceremony. Air Force Staff Sergeant Ali Rose has the latest from Bagram Airfield.
The provincial governor joined community officials for a ceremony that included the raising of the Afghan national flag. Members of the Afghan military and international security assistance forces also attended the ceremony. Marja was a stronghold for the Taliban and has been one of the focal points for coalition forces during Operation Mushtarak. Air Force Staff Sergeant Ali Rose, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan.
Meanwhile, construction is underway to meet the demands of housing more service members headed to Afghanistan. Coming up on Around the Services, we'll take you to Camp Stone, where the military population has nearly quadrupled, to see how Afghan contractors are helping the build. The latest group of Iraqi police officers to graduate will test their new skills by keeping their country safe during the upcoming national elections March 7th. Meanwhile, U.S. soldiers are advising and assisting their Iraqi counterparts on security for Election Day. Sergeant Chris Urbano has more.
United States soldiers continue to work with Iraqi soldiers and policemen to independently provide security for their country. U.S. soldiers are training and advising Iraqi security forces in Babel province to keep local citizens safe during the March 7th election.
Interaction with the ISF is on a daily basis. We work together to do joint mission planning. We work to build individual skill training in their soldiers, to build collective skill training in their leaders.
Bayonet Company soldiers are optimistic that the Iraqis' hard work will pay off with a successful election.
I think the elections will go smoothly. I think the Iraqis here are very excited about exercising their new right to vote. They want to be heard. They want to voice their opinion.
After the elections, the U.S. will continue to advise and assist Iraqis in maintaining security after the new government leaders take office.
And after that, it'll be helping the Iraqi security forces build their capacity so that they can get stronger and able to better secure the population.
Iraqis will be out front March 7th, electing their own leaders and securing their own nation. Sergeant Chris Urbano, Hamaya, Iraq.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Mike Mullen, visited Haiti this past weekend to meet with service members who are still assisting with disaster relief operations after the 7.0 earthquake there in January. Admiral Mullen arrived in Port-au-Prince Friday, where he toured the capital city and met with service members and Haiti's president. He also toured the USNS Comfort. Admiral Mullen was in Haiti to visit with the 11,000 U.S. troops who are still there and to ask government officials if there's anything else the U.S. can do to assist with relief operations. The chairman also visited the Port-au-Prince seaport and met with members of the 82nd Airborne Division. The Department of Defense gives thumbs up to safe surfing. The DoD issued a new directive on its social media policy Friday. Now, service members can freely use Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on unclassified computers. Petty Officer Elliot Fabrizio has more from our Pentagon Bureau.
21st century social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter are integral parts for operating and collaborating across the Defense Department. As part of the DoD's promotion of this technology, the department released a policy memorandum Friday regarding the use of those kinds of websites.
Previously, what we had been doing is we had sort of picked certain websites to not allow access to, right? And so we wanted to stop that. We want people to be able to get to these capabilities across the board.
The new policy will allow access to social media sites across all DoD component networks. Commanders will still be required to safeguard networks against malicious activity and prohibited content, things like gambling and pornography. And leaders still have the ability to temporarily limit usage to address bandwidth constraints or operational security issues.
You may be in a place where, because of an operation that's about to take place, you don't want people to be on the internet, right? So local commanders have the ability to say when access should be able to take place and when not. But the idea is that when you can, you should be able to access these capabilities.
The policy aims to strike a balance between network security and social media usage to create safe and effective information sharing.
If you could think about, at the same time that you're sharing, you're thinking about security, and at the same time you think about security, you're making sure you allow the provision of access, then we'll all do a better job.
Existing regulations regarding ethics, privacy, and OPSEC remain applicable to DoD use of non-government websites, something service members can expect to review in their annual network security training. Reporting from the Pentagon, I'm Petty Officer Elliot Fabrizio.
You can learn more about the new social media policy from our Bloggers Roundtable. Monday, we chatted with the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Public Affairs. Head to dodlive.mil and click on Blogger. And for the latest military news, program guides, podcast, signature programming, and much more, head to pentagonchannel.mil. I'm Petty Officer Michael Wilkin with your Pentagon Channel News Update.